All right, and welcome to Nerd Chatter. My name is Jason, and this over to my left is Brett. He's chewing on food like a dick.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
I'm eating potato chips.
Anyway, and then the man in the mustard color hat over there is Erik.
He also wears glasses.
I do.
It's for the visuals of the at-home audience.
And he has kind of a lovely goatee.
Not all the time, just recently.
Yeah, just recently.
I like his small sideburns.
I feel
I
kind of
those.
like he could be a fisherman. You got fisherman.
You
gear
do look
on.
like a dock worker today.
Yeah, like a dock worker right now.
Wrong shoes.
Okay.
Don't worry, I look like a dock. Hold on. Just for the audience at home, they can definitely see me do
Yeah,
that.
so they can see this on video.
I have the
He
dock
now has a
worker hat.
beanie
Hold on.
So he
There you
folded
go.
it to look exactly like a dock worker. He did a good job.
Thanks.
Yes. Yep, that's about
Has the
accurate.
extra cap in the top.
Yep, that's perfect. Perfect for a dock worker. I agree.
So what's been going on?
So I decided to watch City on Fire. I don't know why I said decided. I took your guys's.
Yeah,
Or Eric's film.
we made you watch it.
Yeah, well, not made me.
Yeah, we said that the Reservoir Dogs was a copy of the film, and that's why. You
And
said
I
that you would be
disagree.
willing to
I
watch
still
it.
disagree. It's not a copy.
It is.
It's not a copy. They borrow scenes. I'll agree with that. I do not disagree with that at all. But
Isn't that
it's not a
plagiarism
copy.
still? Borrowing scenes.
I guess you could argue the same for music then, because there's a lot of
Every
shit
song is
that's
stolen.
taken.
The
Yeah.
Beatles used all the chords.
So I mean, how much though? How much is it really taken then from that film? Like, how much would you what would you give it on a percentage scale?
At least 50.
50? I'd
So-
go a little lower.
It's
I'd say-
half
I mean,
borrowed.
I'd say pretty much the entire last act is
I-
the same.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it, yeah, I could see that. A lot of
that's
it
the film,
definitely.
Right.
Um,
And that's, I say the last act, and to me the last act compromises a good 50% of the film, really. So,
Yeah, maybe. I can
mean-
maybe agree with that, but I
most
don't know
films
about
are
I don't know about
three-act
50.
things, so you
I
would
still
don't-
but
You get your opening, your meat, and
but I
your
really
ending.
feel like both
Yeah.
those movies are kind of almost two acts of the film,
Yeah, it.
Um,
I really liked Reservoir Dogs, and
Reservoir Dogs is fine. I don't dislike it. I just think you have to acknowledge how much it borrows. I mean, take City on Fire, throw in some Steelers Wheel, throw in some Madonna conversations, and
that's fair.
you pretty much...
Yeah, but I just feel like it. Even though that he took from City on Fire, I feel like it was a better film.
I would disagree with better. I still think Reservoir Dogs is a good film. There's a lot of great actors in it that give really good performances. I like them both. I don't think I would concede that Reservoir Dogs is a better film, but
It's more well known, but it's not better.
right.
Okay, I think maybe some of it had to do with probably.
You also watched a dubbed version, and that takes away because the dubbing
Oh,
the
that
dubbing is
was-
really bad. On
that really did
on
make it
that.
rough.
The dubbing really takes away from it.
Yeah. It like cheesy shit where they're going like, "Whoa!" and you're like, oh, "Come on, man!
Mhm.
Like, come on!
Yes.
Just give me something."
That's I don't hold that against the original movie. That's
No,
happens,
that's-
so.
So
Well, that's
maybe
the problem
You
with
have
the
to look
industry,
past
though.
that.
When there's a
Right.
foreign film, they try to fit the words into the foreign language that they're
Right.
speaking.
Anyway, this feels like a dead subject at this point. So we've milked that as far as it goes. So have you heard anything about Batman, the new Batman film that's supposed to be coming out in 2018?
Lego Batman.
Not that one that's coming out now.
There's an Adam West and Burt Ward cartoon. Did that come out?
I think it did, actually.
I don't know if that came out. I'd like to watch that one.
No, I'm pretty sure it's either like getting ready to, because I know it
I
was
don't know.
in
I
talks.
follow Adam West, but I didn't see him post anything other than they.
I know
were
that's
doing
coming
it.
out. I know for a fact that that's coming out. I
know it's coming out. I'm not sure if it's come out. I haven't seen anything.
Lego Batman's in theaters right now. I think.
Correct.
Isn't
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know it was in theaters yet. Anyway, so have you been following? I'm sure.
Who's
probably
doing it?
I have not. No.
Who's doing Batman?
Is it Chris? What is it? Nolan again?
No. He's
No,
done.
no, he's done.
Is
He
it?
did his...
Are they restarting it again?
Oh yeah,
We get
Yeah.
to see Batman and the
Well,
Joker for the third fucking time.
they did Batman
I
vs
hope so.
Superman, which was the restart again.
Oh, okay. So,
So now they're just doing a standalone Batman.
is Matt
film.
Damon going to be Batman? No, it's Ben. It's
I
ben I
wish.
know. I did see that. Ben Affleck was going to be the director. I think.
Ben Affleck was going to be the director, and he's going to be Batman.
Is it a reboot, or is it just? What is it based off of?
Are you talking about Batman?
Well, that's what
It's
you.
gonna. It feels like it's gonna be maybe like a year one, or maybe like a standalone. I know it's gonna be a standalone, but it feels like they're trying to go to the route of almost like a
I mean, I would
not a beginning.
be on board for. At one point, there was. I remember way back when there was talks about them doing a Batman Year One, and at one point, Darren Aronofsky was going to be directing an adaptation of Batman Year One, and I was on board for that.
Yeah.
And then it didn't happen, obviously. So
I just feel like they are underutilizing so many characters. Like, I would love to see a Clayface movie.
sure,
I don't understand why that character has not been brought in some
I would love to
aspect.
see
Actually,
a
I was talking to
Clayface.
someone
I would
about
love
that.
to see a Mad Hatter one.
Yeah, that would be great.
I was talking to someone about how they could fix all Batman movies in one, and Clayface was every villain that's died, and he's just been fucking with Batman.
Yeah.
And he just shows up and he's like, "Hey, Bruce," and he just changes in between all the like he's Jim Carrey for a second, and he's Tommy Lee Jones. And he just switches between them all,
I love that.
and then he goes, "Hey, Bruce,"
Yeah, that would be amazing.
turns back into. And he's just like, "Hey, Bruce."
I'd be down for more Scarecrow because I actually really liked Cillian Murphy as a
Yeah, he did
Scarecrow,
Yeah.
and I just felt like he didn't get to do enough. You know,
Speaking of him,
He was-
just in
he was just real like. Scarecrow was just real background, like side thing. They're like,
Did
we
you
gotta
ever-
cramm in these other villains?
He's
I'm
the-
like, I want to be all Scarecrow. I
He
would
was
have liked
he was
it
the
more.
main part of the entire thing in the first one,
Yeah,
but he's preparing for someone that he doesn't work for, unless you're watching that movie.
right.
yeah,
Scarecrow would never fucking work for.
Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
no,
no point in
that.
it.
Yeah.
Well, okay, if we're gonna start going into the problem,
Well, I mean that's that's his point.
Let's not. 'cause
Yeah,
I can go on
really,
a
that's
half-hour
a-
rant about Batman
yeah,
Begins,
that's
but,
a 30-minute conversation just on one film. But no, that with Ben Affleck, I don't mind him as Batman or Bruce Wayne. I feel like he does okay. It's not.
I'm okay with it too, honestly.
Yeah, it's not bad, and it's.
I have no.
I wish he was
I have
blind.
no strong opinion either way. He would not be my choice, but I'm not. I'm not going to be all up in arms like some people seem
Yeah.
to be.
I don't mind it as Batman, but my current always affliction is when someone's already been someone else.
Of course.
Right.
So he was Daredevil, which is why Brett made that stupid
Right.
joke.
What are you talking about? Only nerds listen to this. They got it. All right. They even saw you flip me off. No, I Batman versus Superman is horrid, but Ben Affleck was fine in it.
Yeah, I agree. Like
Martha,
the
why
the
do you say Martha? That's my mom. That's my mom too.
And I would say he's shown himself to be a pretty capable director. Honestly.
I feel like
Him and Matt Damon won awards. I mean, it's not a secret.
Right.
I
well, you're going back to like Good Will Hunting. And
Yeah, well, when
stuff,
they
but-
started, but still, I mean,
yeah, but even like Argo was
good movie.
Yeah.
I feel like Argo is amazing, but sorry,
So, yeah.
I feel like it's just for him to do everything. It's kind of hard because you have to put your name on everything. So if the movie fucks up,
Right.
Yeah, it's his
it's
fault.
all him.
Yeah.
Like there's no get out.
I don't
no
think it
wiggle
matters.
room.
It was all his fault in Batman versus Superman, and all he was Batman.
No,
was still all
that
his
was
fault.
that was an equal shitting.
Not from what I saw. Like, it was
Upon-
literally like everyone's like, it's Ben Affleck's fault because he shouldn't have been Batman.
No. There was tons of reactions
No.
stating that Ben Affleck was a great Batman. Actually,
There was, but most people blame the failure of the film.
Well,
Oh, I don't know. I see Zack Snyder.
Yeah,
doing
yeah, that's what I
plenty of
felt.
Shit,
Yeah.
so.
Well, Zack Snyder makes very few things that are worth watching.
Agreed.
He's got maybe 16 minutes of film that's worth watching.
Mm.
That's probably fair.
I'm not gonna get into.
I give him a little more than that.
I give Michael Bay the first project they ever
I
worked
thought-
on, which was Meatloaf music videos.
Right.
I love those.
That's fair.
I
Because
think
everything
300 is a perfectly fine movie for what it is.
else.
Yeah,
I agree.
the sequel was not as good as the first one, but it was still like
You know,
worth a
It was
watch.
watchable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
There was
there's
too
not,
much
you know,
floating on the water
there's-
nonsense, but
you know, is 300 like amazing? No.
it
but
wasn't.
it
Frank
looked-
Miller's worst project became a decent film.
Oh, he's had much worse projects since then. I would say Frank Miller.
I mean, his actual illustrations
But,
for like the
yeah.
time period.
But you know,
Other
the
than Daredevil,
the movie looked pretty and was a pretty, accurate adaptation of the source material.
Yeah, it was
so
alright.
I can't really badmouth it too much. Like any flaws the movie has were kind of already there in the source
Yeah.
material, I would say.
So here's one of the one of the statements that a lot of fans were making about the Batman film before a director was picked. The question of why not have Kevin Smith do this?
Oh dear God, no.
Again, Kevin Smith himself even stated, "No, I'm not doing this," which I think is fair. I don't want Kevin Smith doing anything of that nature. Like
he was okay in Die Hard.
I enjoy Kevin Smith. I know that's not everybody's here's preference, but not for a Batman film.
I liked Kevin Smith in Die Hard because he played himself, except he knew how to use a computer.
All right. Anyway,
I think that's fair. Kevin Smith knows a lot about comic books.
Yeah, I was gonna
He
say. I
does.
think
He released films to the time period.
well, and
Very
I
Beavis
think
and
the
Butthead.
comics that
He
the,
actually
the
came out
comics
with-
that Kevin Smith has written that I've read were fine.
yeah,
Were
Green
pretty
Arrow.
okay.
He had a good Green Arrow.
Yeah, the Green
He
Arrow
did-
one was decent.
He didn't do too much with Daredevil, really.
It was okay though.
Yeah, it
you
wasn't
know.
too bad. It's
And then he
just.
did.
But when you're talking about that character and you're picking directors,
I love his story about when he was writing, the Superman script before, and
oh, Superman Lives.
yes, and
That whole story, that whole
about
movie.
adding spiders into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And then they took the idea for those spiders and
Wild
they
Wild
put them
West.
into
yes,
Wild West.
that's a
Where-
great story.
Yeah, no, that's an amazing story where he's just
but,
like
yeah.
that. I swear to God, that man got his giant spider
Uh-huh.
one way or another. Just had to be.
I find I often enjoy, Kevin Smith, in conversation more than I enjoy his films.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think he's actually kind of found his niche in doing podcasts and stuff like
Yeah.
that because I really enjoy his storytelling.
When his
I
films
do quite
come
often
out,
too,
they're
but-
exactly for what is right now. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
if you watch it a year later, you're like, nah. It's like a South Park episode that week.
I would
Have
say that
you-
at one point, except that I watched the movie Holidays, the anthology film that he does the segment in. His segment was one of the worst things I've seen in a long time. I was embarrassed to realize that he did that. Like, even by me not expecting much from Kevin Smith, I was just like, oh, wow.
I don't think I watched Holidays, so
Yeah, it was bad. It was really bad. I mean,
well,
it's pretty much like, he got some money and he took a joke that he thought it was funny and made a short film out of it, but it did not work. It revolved largely around his daughter, not a great actress.
yeah.
At least
But
I haven't seen her in much, but what
have
I've
you seen Yoga Hosers yet?
No, I have not. I
Okay.
hear it's almost unwatchable. So, And after
It's
seeing
just-
it, and after seeing the segment Holidays, I was like, no, I don't think I need to see that.
It's
like
just
vulgar.
ridiculous.
I like vulgar.
Well, he didn't direct that though.
I mean,
He
he
produced it. But
I'm
he
sure he had some
explained that.
influx of some sort.
I like it better that he explained that film though. Like he explained Yoga Hosers. He's like, if you're not a 16-year-old girl, you're probably not gonna like this film.
Fair
And
enough.
I was like, fair. And even I watched it and I thought about it and I was like, you know what? If I was a 16-year-old girl, I probably would like this film a lot more.
But when you were
Whatever.
done watching it, did you wish you were a 16-year-old girl?
Well, of course not.
No, not into
the
the
Clerks
brats.
the Clerks animated series holds up the best
I
of
like that,
everything
yeah.
he's done. I think.
That's a good one.
I mean, I do love his animated series. Have you heard that he is coming out with a Jay and Silent Bob 2?
Why are we walking like this?
I heard that, and I
No,
don't care.
No.
I mean,
I'm interested to see how it goes. I know that his last two projects.
I might watch it and everything. I mean,
He was going for Clerks 3, and then that bailed, and because they couldn't get one of the actors.
Clerks 2 wasn't.
I enjoyed it, but I
I-
mean, again,
I think you should do
I
Mallrats again
enjoy-
because there's barely any stores in malls.
and
Yeah.
he was gonna do Mallrats.
It's like
that
them
could
just
be
I
good.
was
hanging out
just
in
getting
empty
ready
stores.
to say he was gonna do Mallrats,
I mean,
and then an actor bailed
I
on
liked
him.
Mallrats.
Ben Affleck.
Clerks 2.
I didn't even
I
watch
liked
it.
seeing Rosario Dawson and stuff. So, but
well, yeah.
I didn't even watch
she
it.
is just
yeah,
Rosario Dawson
it's
is just
beautiful. Yeah.
Mm.
So you like Sin City?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good anyway.
Yeah. I was curious. Did you see the second one though?
I still haven't.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't bother.
No, it's
That's-
also. Did you
I,
read
I
it?
don't like it.
I don't know.
I didn't like the second film. It didn't have.
I keep meaning to check it
The
out.
third
I've
one
heard
needs to
mixed
come out
things.
for you to
I
appreciate
mean,
the second one. To have the full story of
I mean,
everything.
Possibly.
Like the whole spectrum.
I love the Dame to Kill for comic.
Yeah, it's good.
So
Okay.
You'd like it. I got it if you want to watch it.
And did you guys ever watch Stranger Things?
yes,
Okay. What did you feel about Stranger Things?
I didn't
I
watch
really
it.
enjoyed it.
I really enjoyed it too, and they're getting ready to come out with the second one.
Yeah, which I'm kind of excited about. The little teaser trailer has my interest perked.
Yeah. They showed the kids in the Ghostbuster outfits, and I was like, I'm down.
Is it better than Monster Squad? Because I heard it was just like a bad Monster Squad.
Well, it's just. I mean, it's very much. It's very much like a Spielberg movie with almost like
It's like-
some
what is it, Super 8?
Lovecraftian stuff, kind of.
Yeah.
it's a lot like.
Super 8 then.
Yeah, it's
That's
a
a
bit- it's bit
really-
like Super
yeah.
8.
Super 8.
Yeah,
all right.
that's
I
a
like
really
Super
good
8. That was a
description.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
it's
a good
very
film.
much. It owes a lot to like early Spielberg kind of stuff, but in a good way. Like a Goonies, but with a little more of a horror element than you typically got. I mean, from those Spielberg
So I'll
movies,
appreciate it
obviously.
more
I mean,
for
Spielberg did,
homage
like
than anything
Jaws.
else.
And it
Yeah,
definitely
maybe.
gives you like somewhat of, like a whole '80s feel to it. Like
I
that
don't need
whole
that. I was there.
era
Yeah,
was. It's very prevalent.
Is
in that era.
anyone wearing like hot, sweet, almost vinyl clothes with bright colors?
not that I
think
recall.
so.
I'm not getting
no.
any 80s
No.
vibe from it then.
but
Does anyone have like the spiked flat top?
No, but everybody's got a bowl cut.
Now that's just little kids in general forever.
80s is more prevalent than anything.
Now you go to any like in the area I work, little kids come in with fucking bowl cuts.
Mhm.
That's parents with no money. That's what that is.
All right, well,
Winona Ryder does a pretty good freak out breakdown, like every episode.
like
Okay.
Notoriety would exactly be able to do
I watched
in
that.
real life.
No, I mean she was good in it.
No,
I
she's
mean,
really good in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, but I really I enjoyed it. Yeah.
yeah. I was just talking.
Well, she
about it
played
'cause
the
I'm
mom?
stoked.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. And her son goes missing, and so she's pretty much just like on the verge of a nervous breakdown the entire time, pretty much. So
Well, we don't need to explain it to me. If the people out there have watched it, I'm sure they already know. So
Well, of
that's
course,
it.
yeah,
right.
yeah. Which made it a really, really good. I don't know. It was just a really good whole series. And then now I'm super stoked about the second one. But I thought it was coming out, so I thought I was gonna get to watch it, and then I didn't get to watch it.
And
which
you
I was
watched American
super
Horror
bummed.
Story instead.
Fuck that.
The first season was good.
Eh.
No, the first one was good. It's after
Is-
that.
All right, I liked Coven. I like Coven.
What are you, queer? No, that was alright.
I
The
like
first
Coven.
season's the best one, though.
I haven't watched it. I watched the first episode of the first season, and I was like, wow, they're just throwing everything at the wall and
Yeah,
seeing
they
what
do.
sticks.
Uh-huh. And then you watch the whole
I'm like-
season.
Like, this
Yes.
is the most unfocused, like, all over the place pilot episode
It
I've
is.
ever seen.
It is, and then it like actually once you get through the first
It
season,
starts rolling.
it works.
Uh-huh.
And then the next season, they're like, let's try it again, but we'll have a different like idea.
Uh-huh.
And
Wasn't
it didn't
that
work
a-
so great.
What was that Asylum with the aliens?
Eventually,
Yeah. That's where it was like,
There's great
man, I'm
people
really
in it."
digging
Yeah.
this.
Like Lady
And then the
Gaga.
aliens come, and then
that
you're
didn't
like,
happen
well,
until recently. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
what was that one?
I guess
The
Lady
Whatever,
Gaga.
probably
in
good.
the-
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
probably.
I bailed. Right when they said Lady Gaga, I bailed.
I mean, Lady Gaga's whole bit is acting, so I imagine, like, her whole,
Maybe.
That's true.
I mean, her whole persona is
An act.
an act. I mean, it's like,
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
so I have no
Agreed.
problem with her being cast in a role. She's, seems
Hey,
to
just-
have the actress put down.
Just
What
wanted
I
to-
really want to know, and since I'm not sponsored by anything, but I'm just going to say it anyway. Jason, are you going to get the new Nintendo Switch coming out here in a couple weeks?
Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, the
never-
Nintendo Switch.
Never even heard of
It's
this.
the new Nintendo console.
Yes.
Oh, is this the one that they literally they can't keep on the shelves? Or
No,
whatever?
no,
It's
it's
not
not
out
out.
yet,
It's
so-
the new. It's the new
They
home
can't put
console,
it on the shelves.
and
yet. It's
also
not
your
out.
console on the go, in one.
Okay,
Mhm.
So like the Nintendo Wii U is no longer in production.
gotcha.
The new home console. There's the Xbox One. There's the PS4, and Nintendo's bringing the Switch.
Okay, so what's the Switch about? Explain
It's the
Switch.
new Nintendo console. There's no Wii anymore. It's going to be the Nintendo Switch. It's basically an iPad,
Okay,
and this iPad, you can have controllers hooked to it. You hook these two controllers, one on the left side, one on the right side of the screen, and you can take it off the charger and sit and play it, or take it with you, and play it wherever you are. And then when you get home, you can sit it back on the base, and then it broadcasts back through your television.
huh?
So
I
they
don't
haven't
know.
said whether or not they're going to stop producing stuff for the 3DS, but I would imagine they are, since their console is going to be both.
They haven't. There's the new Fire Emblem game's gonna be a cross-plat. The Fire Emblem Warriors went on both, and I was like, well, I'm not buying the Switch because there's no reason to.
I don't know if anyone heard what Danny just said, but
I know.
no one knows he's even here.
By the way, nobody knows that Danny's here, but Danny just said a whole lot of nonsense and nobody heard it. So, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Danny, what do you think about Fire Emblem coming
So
out?
Danny,
I'll go
No, we're cutting that out.
okay, cut it off.
So-
My bad.
it's okay. It's funny. Anyway,
So what do you think?
So the Switch.
You haven't seen anything about it.
I don't know anything about it. It sounds interesting.
Well, they had a
Um,
you didn't see the commercial.
No,
There's an
I literally have
I
not
actually
heard
haven't
anything
seen the
about this.
commercial.
You haven't seen the advo?
No,
I
It's
know
literally
nothing.
there's no one in the advo, the ad for it, that is under the age of 18.
All right.
Interesting.
Not a single person.
Is that
When
when
you
I
when
should
you're
be
when you're
concerned?
watching it, you see like you're like, oh, this thing looks interesting. It's flashy. It's cool. It's well, why are they pulling it off? Oh, okay. Well, you can play it in your lap. That's cool. Like this, like on the Nintendo Wii U, you have the pad thing,
Right.
and then the guy's like his dog's complaining at him. So he's like, well, I can just take my Nintendo Switch out there with me while my dog takes a dump. But it seems that like the way that it plays off is that the guy like only has it because sometimes his dog has to go outside.
He's like, sometimes my dog has. To
But
take
then
a
later
shit.
on, there's this young lady that is getting, she's getting all dressed up. Looks like she's going to go do something. And then she grabs her Nintendo Switch off the base and puts her controllers on. And she takes it with her to this rooftop party where apparently people that have parties on roofs do not know that Mario exists. That's the commercial. Like, you can take your Switch to rooftop parties and you can use it when you take your dog out, but there's no kids in it. Like, Nintendo's always been,
Yeah.
advertising towards children. There's nothing advertised towards children at all.
That's
All the games
very
coming
odd.
out, there's nothing aimed at children at all. Mario doesn't come out until Christmas.
Yeah.
I think it's because they're finding that their general audience, and this is happening actually in comic book films as well, are adults.
No,
It's not kids.
that is the key market for most things.
Right.
That's what you want because you want comic books. When I see a comic book movie coming out, I'm like, I hope that's suitable for children to watch. I don't even have kids. Because if I was a kid and there were that many Marvel movies coming out and I was 5, I'd be like, fuck yeah,
Yeah.
another Iron Man. Like, I don't care as an adult. I'm like, oh, they made another Iron Man.
Okay, so I guess it's the kid in
It's
me
a
that's
console.
going.
You know
Okay.
what's not coming out on it?
Hmm.
No Grand Theft Auto, and I didn't see anything listed for a Call of Duty, which is all kids talk about when they come into my store. They want Call of Duty or they want Grand Theft Auto.
I didn't know Call of Duty's still a thing.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
constantly, forever.
Really?
Since Medal of Honor 1 on PS1.
And still
Is
good,
anybody-
honestly. I mean, the Call of Duty games are pretty consistently enjoyable.
You got a
in my
5-hour
opinion.
campaign that's the same as the last one, but it's
Yeah,
still worth a
but it's
playthrough,
still
and the
fun,
online's
yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got people to play with.
Fair enough. Have you guys played Skyrim? Anybody?
I played it for 35 minutes before I went, this is going to be just as long and terrible as the last Oblivion.
Oh, there you go.
Load times, I can't stand load times. It's a fucking new age. Why do I have to
I
sit?
found Morrowind to be such a drag that I really just haven't bothered with an Elder Scrolls
with
game
you.
since then.
Morrowind was so boring.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
It's so fucking
far,
boring.
so far as what I've played on Skyrim, it is not boring. It has
Yeah, it
been very enjoyable.
Are you playing it on a new age console, though? Are you playing on Xbox One or PS4?
Yes.
Well, then you're playing one that loads properly. Go back and play it on the Xbox 360 and go, dear fucking God, when is this door going to open?
Okay, well, fair enough.
The processing on it, I would say now, it probably loads a little bit better, but the game's still boring. I can't focus when I've gone.
Load times is one of your biggest hangups.
I hate it.
I know.
If I'm already expecting it, sure. If it's a game that like is promising me all these like high-end speeds, I might as well just fucking go ahead and still buy it on PC. But I'm gonna get it on the console because I don't want to use PC. I don't want to use my keyboard.
Right.
I stopped doing that in 1996. I don't need to do that anymore. But if it's a new age game running at the processing speed that the Xbox One and the PS4 has, why am I still sitting here waiting? Why do I have to download this game for 4 hours? What's the point of a midnight release anymore? Because you're not going to play the game until tomorrow.
I don't get the midnight release or anything like that. It's just
Those used to be fun. Like
Yeah.
I remember we did midnight releases. People would come in, everyone would go home. We could all play the game. You meet people to play with that night.
yeah.
But now it just depends on, do you have a good internet speed? Because if you don't, you'll be playing this in 2 days. But no, like, what was that other series that came out? Like I like all the old Kingsfield games, which is what all are. Is it Kingsfield? That's all Morrowind is.
I was just speaking strictly on because I'm not as deep as you guys. With
Did you
the,
play Fallout?
Film. No, I did not.
Like I tried to play Fallout 4. I got maybe 7 hours into it, and I kept getting stuck in shit. So I'm like, all right, they still haven't fixed enough of this for me to appreciate it. And Fallout's everything that I want. I want to play a Mad Max game, but I can't because I'm stuck in a piece of wood and a mouse is killing me.
I truly love your logic on anything. You just like if it doesn't suit every need.
Do you
I'm
want to?
out.
Do you want to play? Do you want to in your life when you're playing a game? Do you want to play Reverse Spider-Man? Like you get away, but you still get killed because you can't get out of something that you've attached yourself to.
No, but I'm probably gonna play that Spider-Man game anyway.
Yeah, but when I'm playing a game and I hastily play the game the first time.
I can
And
see
if
that.
and if the story is worthy of my time, I'll go back through and I'll experience and get everything and unlock everything. If it's a long game like Fallout 3 or Skyrim or the new Fallout 4, that's a game you can play straight through if you follow the direct storyline.
Fair.
You don't have to level up a lot. The storylines seem good enough. I can go out and I can do all the stupid side quests.
Okay.
But when I'm trying to go directly to the next route, which is the next city, and I get stuck in nothing, and I die 8 times on the way because it doesn't save, I have to save for it to save.
Okay, so yeah, that is one of the things in Skyrim that kind of does suck.
That's obnoxious.
Yes, that is. I will agree with you there. That is obnoxious. That every single second you have to save because you don't know what's going around the corner, and it's like, oh, this thing can kill me, sweet, and
I didn't save for 3 hours.
yeah, and so now you're back to square one because of that nonsense. So I will agree with you there. That is a huge.
But if that happens on PS1, I go, fuck.
I came up with this game concept. That was an idea for, the whole 48-hour game thing, whatever. And one of my ideas that I pitched that my team members weren't on board for the theme was a game that literally resets itself after like 1 minute of gameplay.
It's kind of like Eternal Darkness, but for real.
So you constantly have to save to make any progress because 1 minute into it, you have to start back over. So if you're not constantly
You're creating a Japanese Stella View game for America.
Yeah.
With a save function.
Yeah. So you just have to constantly save to make any progress because you have to keep loading. So you have to get like 50 seconds to its save because it's all going to... And if you forget for too many seconds, boom, you're doing it all over again.
Yeah, it's just...
I hate
Would that
but
be
I'd play
fun?
that.
No.
But if that's the game, then I'll do it.
It was the... one before last. The theme was, the theme for because the 48-hour game thing always has like a theme you have to do. And the theme was ritual. So I was playing off that idea of,
It's not zombies like every other one that comes out now.
Right. So the idea of the ritual of, constantly saving, so you don't lose your progress and making that pretty much the whole game.
That's basic. Like, all right, Witcher. I played The Witcher 3 for a long fucking time.
I was getting ready to say.
Everything that I did, I never had to press start and save unless I was not going to play anymore. If I died, I literally just spawned right in the town that I was at.
Right.
I could go right back into the part of the quest I was about to do. So why do the Morrowind games and the Fallout games not do that?
Yeah. I do agree with you there. That feels like it... They should do that. Like, it's too much of it's a little bit of a hassle, actually, I'll say. Not too much.
It depends on how long you played.
Well, see, now I've gotten into the habit of where I just save nonstop.
You just shouldn't have to have that habit.
That's true.
They should just have glowing orbs everywhere that I can walk up to so I know that I haven't saved in a while, like every fucking RPG before that.
That would be nice.
See this glowing circle over there? If you walk in one of those, you can save to the memory card. I don't care if that's in a new game and there's no memory card. I would laugh at that. I'm like, I'm going to run over here and use the memory card.
I mean, that works for me.
I just gave someone an idea. That's going to be in the next one of those damn games I play. Like, oh yeah, the Final Fantasy VII question mark. All right.
Let's bring back those orbs.
Let's use that crystal they stole from Crash Bandicoot and put it in our Final Fantasy VII game. Speaking of Final Fantasy VII, how come they don't just reprint that and make $1 billion to finish the fucking new one they've been working on for 10 fucking years?
That's what I've been saying. Well, not...
They don't even have to remaster it. They can
context,
release it in the same terrible polygons directly on a disc. Everyone would buy that.
Oh, 100%. And if they remastered it, they would make a fortune.
They could do both.
Yeah, literally. Just both of them. Put them both out, and it's like, oh, yeah. By the way, did you want to make a gajillion dollars? Here you go. Boom.
Every time Konami's released Symphony of the Night again, it's sold.
I mean...
It's true.
The PSP, they redid Dracula X because no one ever even played that because they couldn't afford it. Or they didn't know that it came out. They released it on PSP, and then the only reason it sold was because within that game, you could unlock Symphony of the Night.
All right, Brett and Eric. So we got to get to the part where you guys select a film for me.
I already did. Did you watch The Burbs?
I did not watch The Burbs.
Well,
He doesn't watch Monster
because we
Squad
did
either.
City on Fire.
You didn't watch Monster Squad?
I didn't watch any of those. All I did was
You
City
wrote them
on
down.
Fire. I got that. But what I'm saying is I got to one film, man. I can't do all the films.
I watched 18 movies this week.
I mean, I watched a bunch of movies.
You could have watched those.
I could have. But I didn't.
I rewatched 3 seasons of The Wire this week, so that's
The Wire is amazing.
You
I
know,
would not argue
was
with
that like 38 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay though. It's The Wire.
Yeah.
No
It's
commercials.
understandable.
Oh yeah,
I
No
completely get that.
commercials.
no commercials.
So selection time, 38 and a
12 to
half
13
hours.
episodes this season. It varies from season to season. So
Yeah, but I mean that show makes sense.
So what do
Yeah,
you
that show's
what
amazing.
kind of movie? We'll do it fast. We
Wire
already
is
we
possibly the greatest TV series ever.
he's sober now, so it won't be as weird when he's asking questions about what he should watch next week, because you were really confusing last time.
Yes.
What kind of movie do you want to watch?
I don't care. I just am interested in more so what you guys. I prefer horror sci-fi, just because that's normally my genre. But I will go with anything you guys pick. I would prefer if you didn't pick the most obscure, nonsensical film possible.
I mean,
but
I feel for right now we need to stick with our picks from last time. I have ideas brewing for other recommendations.
We'll stick with the Burbs.
Burbs and Monster Squad.
all right, so which one are we going to go with? Which one out of the two do you feel I should watch for the next podcast?
I don't know.
Which one do you think?
They're both. I mean, we could cover both of them. They're both really good,
All right.
and they're both.
Screw it.
They're both technically. I mean, young
Do you
teen.
own them? Or do I have to rent them?
No, I own them both.
They're
All
young.
right.
They're young teen. I mean, they're kids movies for us back then. I mean, if you like
Yeah.
the Goonies, you like the Labyrinth, and you missed Monster Squad and you missed the Burbs, like they fit right in there.
All right. I'm down
Yeah.
then.
And,
Okay.
like, that's like
So-
if you like Gremlins, you'll probably like the other movies. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what it is.
On next week's not next week's, probably next month. Next month's podcast, we'll be doing a review on the Burbs and Monster Squad.
Interviewing Danny about raccoons or something.
Yeah, something like that.
All right.
All right. Well, this was Nerd Chatter, and we're out.
Good night.